Welcome back everybody, my name is Mayhem and this is Fort de Vaux. So here we are, Fort de Vaux. Finally got round to recording the gameplay, took me forever. Been working on the DLC weapons, got all those unlocked. Look out this week, I am going to do a review on each one of those guns and give you my viewpoints and maybe some tips, maybe some tricks. Not that I've learned a great deal from playing with him, there's not a lot of trick to it. I pull the trigger and it goes bang, and hopefully if you're aiming at the other fella he dies. So there's a trick right there. But I'll bring up the reviews this week when I put the videos together, and we'll check out those together, and we'll talk about what I think the strengths and the weaknesses are of each new DLC weapon, where I see them going, what they could have done to improve them, and the nerfs and the buffs that I do see coming to some of these guns in the not too distant future. So that being said, let's get back to the purpose of us being here, and that is Fort de Vaux. What do I think of this map? Well, to be honest, I hate it. I'm not going to lie, don't like it in any way, shape or form. It's very, very choppy in its gameplay for me. It's very, very congested, and it's very, very confused in what it's trying to do. A brief history of the fort. During the war, the Germans were going to attack this fort, which was built a long time previous. There was a whole bunch of these all the way along the Allied lines there, and the point of them was to defend from German attacks, or from any attack for that matter, on the borders. Well, they were understaffed, heavily understaffed, these forts, and so the Germans ramped up and got all their buddies and everybody got together and said, right, we're going to attack this fort. But what ended up happening was that 2 or 3 Germans snuck up on the fort, was expecting the Germans to open up with all the machine gun stuff and all the nest and all the rest of it that was around this fort, and there was absolutely nothing whatsoever. And 2 or 3 of them, well, maybe a little bit more, maybe 5 of them, snuck into the fort and actually took it from the French without a single shot being fired. So the big battle that the Germans were expecting never actually took place. So what you see in this video game, of course, is total bollocks, because this never happened at all. The fort was taken without a shot being fired and was a major embarrassment to the French. But there we are. I mean, they're used to being embarrassed, so they'll get over it. So anyway, back to the map and how it plays out. Bringing maps from history, and that is the history, into this kind of format, I don't think it works. This is very discombobulated on the inside. I'd love to be able to explain to you the lefts and the rights and the passages, and I'm sure there'll be another YouTuber out there that'll put together you a complete map guide and turn left here and go right there. But I promise you, when you're in the thick of the battle and the bullets are flying and the 31st grenade has flown past your ear in the first 5 seconds of the game, then you're not going to be thinking about that, and you're going to try and learn this map. And if you're anything like me, you're going to struggle to learn the inside and the intricacies of this map, because it's vast. It's absolutely vast. There's lefts, there's passages here, there's passages there. You think you're going to turn right to go through a passage that will lead you to the outside, or maybe to a nice flanking route so you can catch all these guys that are sitting behind a doorway, from behind. And what you'll end up doing is walking into a room that actually has nothing in it other than collapsed earth and some fire. So from that perspective, it's absolutely discombobulated is the word. It's very odd, very difficult to learn, and it's a maze, an absolute maze, with no real coordination. But I don't think they've done a good enough job at putting in different flanking routes within the fort system. I mean, this is an area, they don't need to be historically accurate at this point. They could have taken some liberties here and maybe put in some extra pathways or whatnot. I'm hoping that they didn't copy the exact footprint of the building inside. But there could certainly be some more flanking routes. I think as time goes by and people learn this map, you're going to find that a huge amount of the inside of the fort is not used in any way, shape or form, because people are just going to know how to navigate from point A to point B. And what you're going to end up with is choke points at the end of select corridors, in much the same way as you did with the Operation Locker. The one difference being there is that you had the opportunity to, you pop outside, you could flank on Locker. It was possible to do it, and you could get around the map, albeit it's a long haul, and you better have your running shoes on for sure, but it could be done. With this map, I don't feel that the same thing is going to happen, because after you're done with the inside maze, and let's assume you've managed to find a doorway that actually leads out, and no, they're not marked with a big red sign that says exit. If you go outside, that is open ground. It's open playing field. There is blown up dirt, there's concrete lying around, there's plenty of cover. The guys with the LMGs with the stands are just want to sit there that are, you know, laser beam accurate. But on top of that, it's going to be a sniper fest out there, guys. I swear to God. You're going to go out there, all the snipers are going to pitch up outside and fight over 2 flags backwards and forwards. And I want to say it's the D flag, the C flag, and I think you can get round to the A flag as well, but I'm not entirely sure. But I think the C and the D flag, you're just going to see people migrating between the 2 flags. You're going to have a bunch of assault players on the inside of the map, basically just hurling grenades at one another, but in different areas. So you'll have like an alleyway like this right now, for instance. They'll be standing either end, tossing grenades backwards and forwards to each other. You'll turn the corner, all that's happened is the team has moved back, and then the other team is now, you know, we're backwards and forwards again. All we've done is move around the corner, which I guess is kind of realistic to World War One, seeing as that they only inched, you know, feet at a time. But from a game perspective, no, you don't want to see that. I don't want to be standing at the end of a corridor just throwing grenades at a guy, you know, for the entire map and thinking I'm badass because, you know, I've managed to kill 5 people with a grenade. Well, whoop-de-doo. Well, that makes a great clip for a YouTube video, but it's one clip and it's boring as shit to play. So I don't want to see that. I didn't like Operation Locker. I know there's a bunch of fanboy favourites out there that absolutely think that game was mustard. Me personally, I think it was bollocks. So that's my viewpoint. I don't play it. I don't want to play it. I'm not interested in playing that kind of game mode. Now, the outside perspective, if I have to play this map, which obviously it comes up in the rotation, you're going to do it. I'm not a big map skipper. I'll play outside and I'll play with a sniper rifle. So, and that would work great for me. But for anybody trying to work a flanking route or pop their ass round to another side of the map because they're tired of getting their head rocked out by, you know, some dude with a grenade, all you're going to do is you're going to walk outside and you're going to get your head blown off by some dude sitting there with a sniper rifle. So it's split. The map is going to get torn apart. You're going to have outsiders sniping, insiders assault based, and it's just going to be 2 separate games almost operating in the same one. And if you rock outside and you're rocking the assault class, well, you're going to get outranged by any decent sniper who's going to blow your head clean off. That being said, you go inside with a sniper rifle, even if you are mustard with a sniper rifle, this guy like I'm playing with the Ribyrolles right now, you're going to get owned, absolutely owned. So you can't go in, you don't want to go out, and so it's a case of if it's split the game already, because it's split the classes and it's split the gameplay and it's split the dynamic of the map. So I don't think it works. Do I think it's visually stunning? Absolutely. DICE knocks it out of the park yet again. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant, and I like what they've tried to do, bringing something from history and making it relevant and gameplay wise and fun. But for me, every time I've played this map, I don't have fun. I find it a chore. I find it confusing. I don't want to be confused. I want to have fun and I want to shoot people. I don't want to stand at the end of a corridor throwing grenades at people all day. So for me, it's not working. I don't particularly like it. You won't be seeing a great amount of gameplay from this unless something radically changes. And so that is my review of Fort de Vaux. Take it, leave it, love it, like it. Entirely up to you. There it is, throwing it out there. So on that note, this video is about to wrap itself up. If you like what you've heard, then leave a like, subscribe down below, and always, if you want to leave a comment, by all means do leave a comment. Now, you can leave sensible comments and you can leave stupid comments. Either or, whatever tickles your fancy. Until next time, this is Mayhem. See you later.